Okay, so most guitar players think of scales vertically, like that. So that's a G major scale from low E to high E. Now I know I just ran it in order, but what we're gonna do is you look at this chart here, we've got 3 scales starting with G major, A Dorian, B Phrygian, don't run away, modes or moods, we'll get to that in a minute. But what we're gonna do is limit ourselves, okay? We're gonna be as musical as we can. But if you notice, what did I do? I moved up the neck in a horizontal fashion. So the more advanced you get, the more you think like this. So you're trying to think like a songwriter. You're creating parts. You're not just going to noodle. You're going to create frameworks, but we're going to limit ourselves because you see red X's over the G, B, and high E string, okay? So this ebook is linked below. We're going to go through each scale, then we're going to roll back. I'm going to show you some frameworks and ideas. I'm going to make more videos off of this one. I'll make you a jam track probably in the next one. But your homework between now and the next few days, before you get the jam track, is to do some of these frameworks I'm going to give you. Okay, so let's just start with the G major scale. So whoop, let's get that. We want to isolate. We want to simplify. So we've got G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. So yeah, you want to run the scale to kind of burn this in your brain, okay? Now, if we think like a songwriter, we think of parts, now's where you want to use your musicality. You can't develop musicality if you don't do this, but rhythm is king, always, rhythm is queen. Think rhythmically and horizontally, limit ourselves. So maybe if we did a G chord, just strum it. G. Okay, right there, I just improvised a little bit. But I limited myself. I didn't play anything on the G, B, or high E. Listen, learning the drums has been great for me because it's rewiring my brain for these guitar lessons because it's the same way. You don't just hop behind a kit, start playing the whole kit. I gotta start with a practice pad. Think of that as me just doing something on the E string, right? So this is what we wanna do. We wanna dial back kind of what we're biting off and chewing on. Let's think of this as like a big piece of clay and we're gonna mold it into stuff we put into our music catalog. Okay. Now here's another thing you should do too. I want you to take each scale. So if you see this G major scale, this is going to be huge light bulb moments for you. Watch this. This is why you get to know triads, 3-note chords. I'll link a playlist. What if we just took G, C, E out of there? So you see that G, C, E. It's right there in the scale. I'm looking at the chart that you're looking at. Now if I went, I arpeggiated it. It's hard to say and play. That's a C major second inversion triad. It means you see how the G is the lowest fundamental, but a C major triad are the notes C, E, and G. We're playing G, C, E, okay? So you want to go, oh my gosh, I need to memorize that shape. You can play it like this. I like playing it like this because it feels like I'm kind of doing that bar chord shape. And then, what if you did G, B, E? That's an E minor triad, okay? But that's an inversion. So here's what you need to do. You need to do this stuff to have fun, to inspire yourself. I could also take the A out of the scale, go A, C, E. That's a 1, 3, 5, or that's an A minor triad. So what if I did, I could create a whole little mini song just off of these 3 strings in one scale. Okay, watch, I could go. Sing like a little riff. Right out of the scale. If I like give myself the G, B, and high E, I might get distracted. And as soon as you create something you like, catalog it, okay? Guitar solos, sometimes they're parts, they become a staple part of the song. So you could think of it, oh, that's the solo. I look at it more of like a part. When you're playing live and you're just ripping and you're noodling around, but you have a framework, that's like guitar soloing to me. This is more about creating parts. Okay, let's go to the next chart. Whoop. Okay. I told you not to run away from modes. This is A Dorian. Now, I kept the same bit of information on the top left of the charts. A Dorian, look. A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, A. We're just starting from A. So these are moods. All it is a rearranged G major scale, and you're just starting on the 2nd degree. And that's minor, okay? This is why you gotta know the major scale. It's the blueprint for everything. The 2 chord is A minor. So what could we do here? I could play an A minor bar chord, and I could run a little riff, or a little part out of A Dorian. So I go. Okay, so you see you're isolating or breaking it down into smaller chunks, and at the end of this we're going to connect it together. I put chapters in here too, so we're doing G major, A Dorian, we're going to do B Phrygian. We're doing basically the 1 chord, the 2 chord, and the 3 chord. So 1 chord is major, right? G. 2 chord is minor, A minor, okay? And now you have a piece of the corresponding scale because you're purposefully limiting yourself in order to be as musical as you can, all right? It's like me taking the hi-hat and the snare and doing as many combinations of hits as I can in there instead of giving myself the whole kit. All right, you follow me? Now again, same thing. Why don't you create some like shapes out of there? So let's do this. Okay, I'll do A. I'll take the A. Okay, now here's kind of the light bulb moment you need to start having. If I'm playing this shape on the E, A, D strings right here, and we just said that was a C major second inversion triad. If I go like this, okay, there's D. That means this has to be a D major triad second inversion. Okay, so so what did I do there? I still took notes out of the scale on the same 3 strings. I went B, D, F sharp. Well, you need to start light bulbing. Well, that's a B minor triad shape. So I went from D to B minor. So you see what I'm frameworking for you here? So just like put shapes, catalog them. They don't change. You can move them to every key, all right? So you can, whatever key you're in, you can just move the shapes. All right, so let's go to B Phrygian. Whoop! And then we'll have a little fun at the end. We'll wrap this up and you got some homework to do. Okay, so B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C. Okay, so look. I like to go from B to C because I just like cataloging it like that. I mean, you could stop on B. I like using the C in the scale too, okay? Totally your choice, but we're still limiting ourselves to the E, A, D strings. Okay, so same thing. Find some shapes in here, okay? So you could go like this. Take the C, maybe C, E, A. Okay, and right now I'm already light bulbing that. Oh, I did that shape down here out of the G, and that was a E minor chord. So if I'm up here and I'm going C, E, A, okay? There's our root note. That is an A minor triad inversion. Inversion just means when you put one of the notes, the lowest fundamental note is C in this case, okay? This is some deep theory stuff here for you. That means this is a first inversion A minor triad because C is in the bass. Because an A minor triad is A, C, E. See why you gotta know this theory stuff? Just trust me on that, just learn it. Stick here, I got you covered. So So you see, I'm just kind of moving horizontally. So let's just go to the end chart. This is the chart we started with. You got all of these. And then let's see if we can just kind of move through it. And let's see if we can move. We want to flow rhythmically, okay? So go real slow. Maybe we're going to connect. Let's just move G. We'll move up into A Dorian. We'll move up into B Phrygian. Let's work our way back down into A Dorian and back to G Ionian. There's your fancy, it was a G major, okay? So if we went, so create like a little beat bounce, feel it. And if you get lost, that's a little trick I do. Hang on the note in one of the scale, okay? So let's say you get lost in A Dorian for a minute, but you're not going to. You're gonna put in the work. You're gonna grab the ebook, link below, and you're gonna just burn these in your brain. So let me show you what I do if I get lost. So if I go, let's say get lost. I just hang on the A. I do not drop the rhythm train. The train does not derail. So I go, lost. See how I'm kind of like improvising, but I'm using all the notes in the scale. So what I suggest you do is this. Let's just wrap this up. I want you to obviously know all these patterns in these 3 modes. Okay, we'll kind of keep this going. We'll build out all the modes. So meaning, just think, again, modes, moods. These are moods of G major because these are all just rearranged G major scales. You can make any of these scales sound however you want depending on what notes you emphasize. Now, a lot of that's going to be determined when you have a backing track. If you have a G major and you're playing over that, go to B minor, so I'll give you the backing track in the next video. But let's just stick with this. Drop a comment, let me know how you're doing. Does this make sense? Do you understand why this is important to just like roll back, limit yourself, learn these 3 patterns as much as you can, and I also want you to find the shapes. So we'll bookend it with this. I love shapes, I love arpeggiating. We'll think like a songwriter. You are now going to write, you've been tasked to write an intro. It's like your homework. You've been tasked to write an intro for a song, for an artist you're working for. You're the producer, you also play guitar. And you've got to write a little intro, and you got to do it in the key of G. So maybe you want to start off taking a shape out of B Phrygian. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this minor triad shape. And then I'm going to start in B minor. I'm going to start in the 3 chord, the minor 3. I'm just going to move that shape down. And then I'm going to do, right there, I'm going to do up. Now I'm doing A minor. To G, to C, to G, again. To E minor. Okay, you guys follow me there? This stuff is like so fun. Like, this is the stuff that just keeps your brain trucking, man. It just keeps you like so in tune with the world, and I don't know. I can't really put I think like as humans, we have to like have a pursuit of like knowledge, right? Like when you don't have that, your brain is gonna just turn to mush. And like, what better than music? Music makes you smarter than any subject in the world. There's been studies on it. It's unbelievable. So, drop jellyfish or your favorite sea creature in the comments. I definitely want you to drop in the comment if you kind of grasp this concept. If this is how you take your playing to the next level. Start thinking horizontally. Just the E, A, D strings. Let's start with these 3 scales, and this is just the tip of the iceberg. There's so much more, but you gotta put it together. Connect the dots, connect the dots. Okay, I will see you in the next video. Grab the ebook, do your homework, let me know how it goes. You guys know what buttons to hit if you're new. I'll try and play some drums. Hey, I'm kind of getting some beats over there. I'm putting in the work on the practice pad, just like you're gonna do. Your practice pad are the E, A, D strings. That's kind of the analogy I use here. All right, see you in the next video. Keep going, don't stop, only you can stop you. Peace.